Now, that for me would be very, I don't know. I feel like I had that.
Okay.
Because you didn't have to go and you didn't have to, so you already have access to the car.
The whole thing of like that banjo and coke.
Welcome, bienvenidos. My name is Magdalena Gómez. I'm the current Poet Laureate of Springfield, Massachusetts, and I'm also a Poetry Fellow for the Academy of American Poets. I don't offer perfunctory land acknowledgement with those mispronunciations and obligatory tones. What I say is what I've always said. We stand on stolen land. But since the land belongs only to itself, our thievery is of the earth, equal only to the disgrace of how we have treated and continue to treat indigenous peoples and nations. Our shame is deeper than words can heal. Action is what is required. Guided by the peoples and nations we have harmed and continue to harm, by what we have done, continue to do, and leave undone. Joy and outrage may coexist in the human heart. Outrage is from the wound and joy is the resistance. The healing comes only when we choose it and work together to conjure and welcome it. Some wounds can never be healed, but we learn to thrive beyond their presence. The poets you will hear today walked into the library community room, mostly being what people are calling strangers. Well, I put that in quotes because I've never believed in the word stranger. And the poems reaffirmed my belief as we came together. In a little time, we could feel the bond that was growing from our common desire to create and share poetry. And it became a tool of our voices and hearts, because poetry has always offered the opportunity for intimacy among those who are called strangers. When we embrace poetry, it serves to erase the them from the them and us. There are no strangers. Together we experimented with ways to find our truest voice and exercise the power of our presence. It's just the start of a longer journey to come because I want to be with these women as long as I can. We explored our inner landscapes. We took a second look at a simple template and approached it in multiple ways. We gathered memories that we would want to carry with us beyond our death. We laughed, we listened, and we were giddy as we were serious. And most of all, we uplifted each other with grace, compassion, and solidarity that comes from speaking aloud even the most difficult truths. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that this event, this filming and this training were made possible by the gracious and generous support of the Academy of American Poets with funds from the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation. Thank you, and you will see your money has been very well spent. And I'm excited to welcome our first poet, Julissa Yvette Colón. Julissa Yvette Colón has worked in higher education for over a decade. She was recently honored for her service to the community as a recipient of the Business West 40 Under 40 Awards. Julissa graduated from Smith College, majoring in Latin American Studies and History. She is currently working on her master's degree in public administration with a concentration in gender, leadership, and public policy. Julissa Yvette Colón.
Memory. The sound of your smiles watching me. The joy rising from your big brown orbs. The depth of that trust both grounding me to this earth and shocking me with its intensity. My children come with me, are with me, grown in me as they remade me. Deep breaths. So much joy, the infinity of them. Stronger. You tried to break me, but she made me of iron. He spoke light into me. She breathed life into me. He brought me humor. I didn't know I could be human. I could be me. Me, who was worth living and worth loving, laughing and existing. She made me iron. And now I blow in the wind, blending like a dandelion, spreading seeds that bring life. He is from. I am from tiny fingers bleeding, shouting cries and unbothered nurses. I am from childhood innocence, interrupted by insulin, syringes, alcohol pads, glucose tabs, pump sites, and disbelief. I am from loud, high beeps and steady, low alarms. The constant running of my mother, of click, 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 and then the piercing of naive skin, bringing forward whelps and whimpers, each time getting older, each time accepting life. I am from sweet things, juicy juice boxes that keep lows away, and peanut butter protein that brings a prayed-for steady line. From chicken and water, finally growing to feasts of arroz blanco con pernil. Qué dolor, mami, siente que no me gustan las habichuelas. I am from fear and confusion to misunderstood pride, anxiety to acceptance, feeling the weight fall as I understand my power. I am life, humor in the corny places, depths of kindness where children and animals feel safe. I am running, gaming, thinking, growing, learning, watching. I am hopeful, building plans for a future beyond childhood, aware. Tomorrow, I will be living with redefined cells who do their job instead of dying. I will be creating a life, finding my place, growing up, living. My son. My mothering. I recognize now that I am magic. I've carried a whole universe inside of me. Incomprehensible potential, divine life, joys and sorrows and ancestors. In the making and also part of the making, they are there. In those bones, in that blood, spirit who breathed life into me while I breathed life into them. I learned to love. I am a time traveler. I've walked in dreamt futures. I've learned in my past, survived in my present, life ever present, my gift to this world, my answer to hope. The universe, who gave me a moment to hold her fully inside of my full being, believing I would birth in love all that she created. I bow my head and let the sun crown me, golden magic.
Our next reader is Ashanta Marie Smith. Ashanta is a lifelong Springfield resident and lives in Mason Square. She loves libraries and the arts. She's a lover of books and her students. She has learned to be even more grateful for the many organizations in Springfield and throughout Western Massachusetts that support community, education, and the arts. She is a daydreamer. And with her own internal world, she escapes often.
My inner landscape. My inner landscape is a future urban park that is currently filled with the discards of our everyday lives. It smells of leftover food, alcohol, and detergent bottles. It is chaotic, but it is also filled with hope. I am from Mason Square, reading and dreaming in libraries and an open door policy. I am from 80s cartoons. I am from gospel being the only music played in the family car. I am from Ma's unbeatable fried chicken and macaroni and cheese. I am from feeling too much to realizing others might not feel enough. I am from learning to be human to realizing it is a constant project. I am from celebrating the beauty of rain to feeling the arthritic aching in my bones. I am overwhelmed, underdeveloped, and yet still hopeful. Tomorrow I will be preparing for the next life surprise. Educate yourself. To the company that decided an email subject heading that offers a way to redeem yourself. What were you thinking? Who told you this was okay? No, stop. Wrong question, because there is no right answer. Instead, I say, you are wrong. Get yourself an education and don't come back until you do. There are many other things we need to discuss, but right now it would be a waste of my time and my precious energy. Fear or trust a person who changed our lives. She, a stranger, offered me light in the darkness I had created and fed. I accepted, but then proceeded to bury myself in a cave of anxiety and doubt. Could anyone be trusted? And why was she so eager to help me, a stranger? I wrestled for a night, and by morning had arrived in a different world, a world in which trust was possible, and long-held ways of seeing could be challenged. Last one, Mommy, a rite of passage. August will always be the month I lost Mommy. I lost the ground beneath my feet, my deepest connection to the world. In the darkness, it took me many months to see how much she had left behind for me. Every day, more and more of her gifts are laid bare for me, overwhelming me and surrounding me in love.
Our next poet is Miriam I. Figueroa. Miriam Figueroa was born in Brooklyn, New York, and relocated to Massachusetts at the age of 12. She is the first in her family to graduate college. After that, Miriam worked as a public schools nurse for a decade. She most recently has worked with the Justice Resource Institute at the Department of Youth Services. Miriam's favorite quote comes from Theodore Roosevelt. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
There are memories I will choose to take beyond my death, and this is one of them. A person, a life full of love, and auntie's loving ways, warm hugs, joyful laughter, a safe place. A fall, breast cancer, fear, pain, immobility, helplessness. A joyful call and response, pollito chicken, gallina hen. A hand to hold, a moment of prayer, gratitude, and stillness. A peaceful surrender, no more pain, a growing transition, a happy and peaceful place. A turning point, when all feels too heavy to carry and the feeling of lose-lose hits home. Who are you? What do you do? How can you help? Give more, do more, rest less, work harder. Who are you? What do you do? Feeling trapped and cornered, gasping for air? Who are you? What do you do? Finally understand you are worth giving yourself more, doing more for yourself. Rest more, work less, and remember the little things you liked. Learn to do different things. Get your hair done. Join a poetry class. Pray about what's next and best for you. Who are you? What will you do? I am from black and white. I am from a place of running and hiding from something bigger, dark, and scary. I am from a place of survival and seeing miracles before my very eyes. I am from screeching sounds, roaring thunder, singing birds, and falling dishes. I am from cheesy honey and ginger snaps. I am from fear, sadness, pain, isolation, but I'm also from joy, hope, and victory. I am from mercy, grace, compassion, and truth. I am from tired hands and feet, throbbing hands, and white droopy whiskers. I am from immense love, bravery, obedience, and zeal. Tomorrow I will be David, overcome Goliath, and sit by a soothing ocean wave, enjoying Cheetos in peace. A crushing mindset. Everyone has a story. Get over it, coping styles. Some people have to run extra miles. It's not always as simple as it seems for everyone. Only you know what has really been done. Mental illness is not a choice. Some people go through things without a voice. Not to speak and sit alone, or to feel minimized when you share it on the phone. It takes courage to break the silence. This is why it's so important to bring kindness. Please be kind. We can't read each other's minds. Some people struggle in a silent bind. You never know who you will find. Please be patient. Please be kind.
Thank you so much, Miriam, and all the readers who've come before you. I get so excited, it's really hard to just stand still. And our next reader is Jean Canosa Albano, Jean Marie Canosa Albano. And she is the Assistant Director for Public Services at the Springfield City Library. Her joy is to make connections between people and the information they seek in order to learn and grow. She is a graduate of the University of Massachusetts Amherst with a BA in Spanish. She is also a graduate of the University of Rhode Island with an MLIS, Library and Information Services degree, and LIPPI, the Leadership Institute for Political and Public Impact, a program of the Women's Fund of Western Massachusetts. Jean Canosa Albano.
An interior view. Inside, I'm a slippery slide in a sunny, breezy spot. It smells like popcorn as the ideas pop, pop, pop in my mind and overflow the bowl. Nicholas. Can they come in and observe? Well, yes, but I can't see anything. When he emerged, I thought he had so much dark hair, but that was only the last traces of me on him. The Japanese maple. Dad saved that tree from the bulldozer and brought it home. For us, its flaming leaves burned the yard. How many others did he save?
And our next poet that I'm so happy to introduce is Doris Dittmer. Dory is a life coach and photographer and uses creative arts therapies extensively in her work, poetry, art, photography, and more. She was born in Germany when Europe was still in ruins after World War II. Her family emigrated to Massachusetts when she was 8 years old. She became involved in the anti-Vietnam War movement in high school. She earned a BA in German literature. One of her favorite sayings of her own is, I write poetry because I ask others to do it and because it's liberating.
Ravenous. This entire town feeds off this prison, parasites like leeches off dead fish. More, screams the town. Give me more. I want more prisoners. A woman observes, oh, he's been here a long time, since before Joey was born. Joey is now in college. More, screams the prison. Give me more. I want more time. 70 prisons in the state sustain the corporations that sustain the body politic. More, screams the governor. Give me more. I want more prisons. The rich black soil gives up its farms, trades them for new facilities, and soaks up the blood of the men. More, screams the earth. Give me more. I want more blood. 2,000 aimless men shuffle under the weight of their burdens, hopeless and defeated. More, struggle the men to whisper. Someone give me a little more. Two memories I'll take with me beyond my grave. The funeral procession. 5 little children walking slowly, single file, along the ridge against the sunset sky. From my distance, I could hear them as they sang a solemn hymn. 5 little children forming a circle. Each takes a turn to make a hole in the ground, to lay to rest a little bird that they had found. My beautiful bicycle. I ride, I ride, I ride, I ride, my beautiful bicycle. Steep inclines and fast down hills. Past people, past houses, past a dead horse. A young boy who asks how much I would pay for him. 100 miles I ride. My bike stumbles across the finish line. The landscape that I am. I am ocean shore with smooth sandy beaches and some stones that sometimes press into your soles when you step on them. This shore is permeated with the scent of salt air and orange and tropical spice. I am lifted up into the open sky above the ocean. I am from stardust. I am from the very beginning. I am from before the beginning. I am ancient, but I have forgotten that. I will start again. I am from my mother, and from my father, and from the ancient ones. I am from Germany, and Massachusetts, and California, Rhode Island, New Hampshire. I am from the ancient Inca temple that I have seen gloriously rise above the ocean. I am permeated with the music of the 7 spheres and of the succulent cactus pear that I have tasted in the desert. I am from the pain of love and the joy of children. I am from the release of the dance. I am finally from belief in myself. I am from dancing and from climbing mountains. I am hungry for more. I am blue and magenta vermilion and mauve, like the sky at sunset. In the end, I will be deep in the center of the earth, having been already ashes and then molecules and atoms and whatever comes next or came before. I am from the ages. I am going to eternity. I will again be stardust, and I will remember it all.
And it's with great joy that I introduce our next poet. This is her first poetry writing workshop, and that really excites me. Donyel Lenoir Felton. And she says to us, "Hi, my name is Donyel. I am 22 years young, born and raised in Springfield, Massachusetts, the birthplace of basketball. You can find me taking photos of nature, stargazing, learning about personal finance, reading a personal development book, and perfecting my veganish lifestyle. I am always looking for ways to thrive in this wild place we call Earth."
The moments that I will take are the ones that I cannot replace. Watching the sun rise and set, the sounds of the ocean waters quieting my mind, the ability to smell clearly while strolling through the forest, the science of combining tasting notes through food and drink to create the ultimate satisfaction on my taste buds, and the feeling of completely being okay with solitude because I know that I am love and that others love me. It took me a second to realize, but I saw myself in the clouds today. Free as I could be, destination where the wind guides me. I'm exactly where I need to be. A work of art, my own burning desires. They led me to the fire, and I melt away.
Oh, to hear very first poems is like having a baby. I've never had one, but that's the closest it came. Thank you, Donyel. And our next poet is Elan Braxton. Elan Braxton is a queer Afro-Latina poet, artist, and student, currently attending Albertus Magnus College for a master's in clinical counseling. From a young age, Elan has used the arts as a way to connect, reflect, process, understand, and heal, and understand also the power it could have in a person's life to have these expressive arts. As a firm advocate for social justice and culturally informed practice, Elan plans on utilizing expressive arts as a means of combating stigma and making a difference in both her community and in the field of psychology. Elan N. Braxton.
Home is where the spirit is. I am from a home broken by abused souls, transforming their pain into trauma bonds. I am from heated arguments ending in tears and unconditional love, a wish for a better future. I am from bendiciones, café con pan, mangoes, quenepas, and limbe, and novelas before bed. I am from the finca. I am from the sun. I am from survival and seasoned histories, Sunday brunches, homemade lunches, and more unconditional love. I am from pages of stories written in blood, sweat, and tears. I am from hurricanes, full moons, and brujeria. I am my brother's twin and my sister's keeper. I am water, mountains, and storm clouds. I am lifetimes of energy, healing, grounding itself in this body. I am Elan Nikay Braxton, and I am becoming who my ancestors prayed for. Bing Art Center, 2018. It was time. First name called. Spotlight warming up my place behind the mic. All eyes on me as my feet met the stage for the first time. My voice shook out introductions. A deep breath steadied the butterflies. The words remained clear on the page, and I spit my piece and I felt every line, every stanza, and I almost cried, but I did it. And then I came back for more. A guide in the meadow. A pasture. No, a meadow. A meadow of flowers washed in sunlight, trees outlining the horizon. And her, a girl. Eyes bluer than the sky reflected in them. Hair black as the crows flying over. A gentle smile that brought comfort. My spirit felt at peace in her presence, and I couldn't help but smile back. Beautiful, right? Her voice danced across the breeze, carrying the petals with it. She turned to leave. An alarm rang out. I looked around. She was gone. And I awoke, hoping she'd return tomorrow. Voice of a friend. I told you, I just don't want to be alone. You see, when I hold you, I feel whole, my being pulsing to the sound of your heart when you realize I came back for you. You knew I'd never leave you. I mean, yes, we've had our ups and downs, mostly your body withered, but it's okay. I caught you. I will always catch you and wrap my arms around your naked body, stripped bare, collapsed and crying on the bathtub floor as the water collects your tears and drowns them, drowns you. I know you've thought about it, letting your body sink as low as you feel until you feel nothing. But you know I won't let you. You know I won't let you run from me. Just let you cease to exist because I will cease to exist. I mean, you're my only friend. The only one who gets me as I get you. That's why I make sure your bed is a cloud of fabric and feathers. That way you can lie with me. Please, just lay with me. I need you. I need the warmth from your body to absorb into me as you melt deeper into your mattress. And I see how the chocolate in your eyes melts in the sun. Here, I'll close the blinds and shut off the lights so it won't hurt you, hurt us, disturb our peace, our silence, our time away from prying eyes, trying to peek through and misunderstand us. Me. But it's okay if they don't accept me because you do. I know you do. I mean, why else would you open the door and let me in again and again and again and... Don't you dare call me depression. I told you I am your friend. So wipe that smile from your face and let me in. I am going to hold you. The body you'll abandon anyways. You see, I won't ever abandon you. I need you. And I know you need me too because I am all you know. I am all you'll be. I mean, who are you without me? Alone? Alone and empty? So, you're welcome. Now, please, open the door. It's been a while, old friend.
That was Ilan and Braxton. And To end our program of outspoken words, and outspoken indeed they are, we have Adriana Lugo Zayas. Adriana Lugo Zayas was born and raised in Bayamón, Puerto Rico. She began writing poetry just recently during COVID. She currently works as a Spanish teacher at West Springfield High School. And I'd also like you to know that her final poem is going to be completely in Spanish. And listeners, whether you understand the language or not, if you don't, I invite you to close your eyes. Listen to the music and the emotions of the poem, and you will enter it just as if you understood. Here she is, Adriana Lugo Zayas.
A memory. Downpour. It is raining outside like the screams inside the house. Water. Collecting, flowing violently downhill through La Cuneta in front. Rain no more, your hands help me float on the ditch. My eyes to the sky, yours slowly and irrevocably drowning in my soul. Your hands that were screens holding me as I feel the water touch my ears, my back. Peace restored, we were all. A first. Holding tight, tighter to my waist. Louisiana sunset, jeans, warm breeze, 2 wheels, then speed. Your hand in my back, I close my eyes, I feel the wind. Your laughter in my ears, my fear nowhere near. The infinity of letting go. I am from Crash Boat, Lago Guayabal, the mud underneath a dirt bike. I am a sudden and unexpected enlistment. I am from Supercross, Vegas, Hurricane Maria. I am from Jets in the Sky, Howdies, Hoot, Coquichans, and Soe. I am from parchas in my abuela's garden, tamarindos, mangoneadas. I am from victory after a race, constant inner anger, lost in the face of love. I am resilience, from being penniless, going to college on a bike under the rain. I am determination, in the face of dreams after dreams that evaporate. I am ambition, in research, in search of opportunities that are for all but not for me. I am darkness and the pain after abandonment that prevents healing. Tomorrow, I will be closer to hope or further away from my soul. Cuando tu dolor es mi dolor. Cuando tu dolor es mi dolor, tus pesadillas me despiertan bajo sombras. Los momentos inacabados de tu existencia, es decir, paréntesis intermitentes de tu desilusión, oscilaciones entre el ahora y una aventura inasequible, una de tantas. Se convierten de repente, sin pensarlo, por osmosis, en episodios de ira maniatada, en exabruptos, en el aborto de mis sueños a través de las membranas de mi ser. Tu soledad peregrina, ausencia despiadada que se acuna en mi vientre. Ella transita el espacio entre tus pensamientos y mi mirada. Se hace de tus labios y sonidos, de sonrisas contrahechas. Ella titubeante transgrede los límites,
se apodera de ti, de mí, de nuestra esencia diluida, soledad compartida. Ahí donde mi dolor ya no es tu dolor, en antes era fiel lazarillo, luego vacilación. Ella de un brinco oscurece tu pecho, es el idioma secreto de tus manos inquietas, ruptura de inocencia apenas vivida, que embiste contra credo y armonía, deseando solo pertenencia, validez, calidez de un hogar. Cuando tu dolor es mi dolor, tus gritos estallan con mi voz. Yo, su origen, y tú el eco de mi imaginación. Eriges un muro, recubres sus hendiduras. Allí el espíritu no entra, ni empatía, ni razón. Jamás los ruegos que caen en terreno pedregoso. Prosenio de demonios que temes e incitas, que vomitan y engullen mis vísceras de incertidumbre. Herencia de un sufrimiento que ya no es solo tuyo. Fusión de recuerdos, impotencias, frustraciones. Así los múltiples rostros del desenfreno. Así el hambre voraz de ambiciones nocivas, ilusión de libertad o el gran vacío de amor. Son los fantasmas que bailan conmigo. En mi empeño de ser para ti, yo los convoco, por ti los enfrento. Tiembla mi humanidad y resisto. Abiertos mis ojos, se desbordan en lucha. En el cuadrilátero el egoísmo se lanza. Colisionan arrogancia, cobardía, insuficiencia de mi ser. Caprichos pueriles que crean patrones en mi piel. Entonces, silencio. En la oración encuentro plenitud. Susurros de caridad incondicional. Retrocede mi orgullo, respiro tu presencia. En la quietud a destiempo mi alma halla la tuya. Encogidas ambas, llagadas, desconfiadas, aferradas al origen de la memoria herida. Te extiendo mi mano, caminamos juntos. Muerta la soberbia somos uno. Como niños, a tientas vivimos lo inefable. Finalmente tu dolor y mi dolor encuentran reposo. Dejemos huella, hagamos lío. Por vivir quedan las pisadas ciclópeas en progreso paulatino. Un presente de afirmación, el futuro de aprendizaje. Eterna intimidad en la comprensión.
All right, so we can't lie to you. We love Amherst Media. We love everything about Amherst Media. The people who work there, the interns. What do you all think? Let's give it up for Amherst Media. We don't know where we'd be without you in terms of our archival resistance, keeping legacy alive. Mwah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's great.
The urge to disappear from a world unwilling to save itself. To rip open the hollowed out mouths of people willing to breathe hate, but not life. The urge to hide in my home where music plays and light lives and ignorance really is bliss. Ashanta, what's your urge?
The urge to consume as the capitalist knows best. More food to comfort and soothe the feelings that overwhelm. More toys to distract me from the madness. More knowledge to fill the void made by ignorance. More pleasure to dull my senses. So Miriam, what's your urge?
The urge to jump off of my shaking roller coaster and grab the swinging bat. The urge to take that bat before its next blow and swing it into the air until I'm fully exhausted. The urge to take a nice bubble bath and sleep like a baby